Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
I love it. This is just always, again, amazing because, you know, the people that we have on our show, they really touch others. And thank you to our listeners. Thank you for the feedback that we had from having the founder of Eventbrite on and also the founder of Indiegogo. So keep those messages coming in. That's what keeps us going here. Our next hero, he was a professional basketball player. He played in the NBA and also played professionally overseas in a variety of different countries. Joe Courtney, who is the owner and CEO of Life Above the Rim. And you could reach him at lifeabovetherim.com or, of course, on our website, Eliances.com, Eliances.com. Now, Joe, at what point did you know that you had what it takes to really play basketball and work your way up to going pro?
Well, I'm still figuring that part out, actually. And I'm retired. Figure that one out, right? No, actually, it's kind of an interesting story. I actually picked up a basketball my first time, my 10th grade year in high school. And so I didn't know for sure. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do originally. My mother and I were sitting down watching a basketball game, and that was my first experience to real basketball. And Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls was playing. And I got I was really surprised watching Michael Jordan, and the engagement and everything else was just something different for me. I was in the School of the Arts at the time, and so I made a choice that time that I was going to go play basketball. It looked like it was just something that gave us a way out, and so that's why I originally started. But I was so far behind because I started my 10th grade year in high school. The only thing that was bigger than the fact that I couldn't play was the vision of me actually making it. And so, I started listening and just studying all the greats of, how they began and what they did every day. And I just focused on that because the white noise, as you would say, on the outside was, what are you, crazy? You can't play basketball. You want to play in the NBA. You're just starting, blah, blah, blah. And so I just engaged into the activities on a daily basis and just worked my tail off and focused on one achievement at a time. And before you know it, not only did I catch up to the guys that was ahead of me, but eventually I surpassed them.
In fact, you played NBA, you played for the Bulls, champion season. You played for the Suns, the Warriors, the Bucks, the Cavaliers. I mean, how many are left? I mean, you pretty much almost seem like played for them all. That's incredible. What surprised you most about playing pro?
I think what surprised me most about playing professional was how much of a high level everything else was. So when I first came into the league, I actually played my way in to the Chicago Bulls. I didn't get drafted. And so I was pushed out of the draft because there were several players that came in early. And when I first came in, I had to beat out 67 guys for one spot. And so luckily for me, I met a guy named Tim Grover when I was in Chicago, and he took me on as a personal project. Within days, I ended up meeting Michael Jordan and training with Jordan. And because of that, it kind of set me on a different path. And so what I noticed is that not only, everybody works hard, but how, powerful and strong and athletic all these guys was, but the mental focus that it took to stay in the game.
And that's also, too, right? Not only just when you're playing, but when you're off the court.
Absolutely.
I mean, do you think about basketball when you were playing pro 24 hours a day?
Pretty much. Well, I was an artist too, so I did have a little time with that. But absolutely, for me, still, because you got to imagine, I was still kind of behind, right? So here I am playing the NBA, and I couldn't even go left. I couldn't use my left hand hardly, and so I had to hide it and mask it as long as I could, right? Until that one fateful day, which I don't want to discuss on the radio.
Now you're a keynote speaker, and you're an author. The book is Life Above and Beyond the Rim, and you could go to lifeabovetherim.com to go ahead and check it out. Tell us about what was the inspiration of being an author and creating this book?
Well, throughout my journey of not only making it to pro sports, I retired early when my son was born, which completely changed my life again. And I made a choice that I wanted to be there for him as he grew up, because when I grew up, my father wasn't quite the same, that situation. But anyway, I moved into a design build firm. I owned and operated a design build firm. So I went to school for architecture, and I pursued my second, which is my real love, right? And I took the methodologies and things that I had learned from pro sports and some of the trainings and some of the opportunities I had to spend some time with some of the great minds in sports and business, and I brought that over to my design build firm. And within four and a half years, I had exceeded over $40 million in the company and had success there. So I said, something's going on here. And when the economy crashed, it gave me an opportunity, as I see now, to engage in what my life's true purpose was. And that was to, take the individual who really didn't believe in himself. And my journey matched that profile that, you can do whatever you put your mind to, type of thing. And so I went back and thought about what it took for me to actually make it, and not only to pro sports, from coming from a zero level, from a guy who never picked up a basketball, to playing in the NBA on the world championship team 7.5 years later. Same thing with my business. And then I documented those things, and I checked with the leaders that trained me, from Phil Jackson, Jordan, Tim Grover, all the way to Mark Cuban and some of these other guys that I had shared some special time with, and they gave me the approval that I got it right. And so then I went out and I wanted to prove it in the methodology. So I went out and started speaking and coaching and training businesses and speaking on stages across the United States and different parts of the world. And it was very important for me to check the results, because that's one of the defining factors between people who are out there trying to do things and then actually the results. So the results came in, and people were having success, and their lives would change. And so that's when I wrote the book and launched the book.
Fantastic. And again, we're speaking with Joe Courtney. You could reach him at lifeabovetherim.com. Former NBA player, played for the Bulls, champion season, Suns, Warriors, Bucks, Cavaliers. And I got to tell you is that, and by the way, too, is make sure you go to Eliances.com, because we'll have the link to his website, Eliances.com, the place where entrepreneurs align, be part of the community. Eliances.com, Eliances.com. Now, this I love, too. Now, again, I know you've got an incredible amount of various skills, but you're also an actor, because you were in the movie Space Jam with Michael Jordan, and I remember that movie very well. So tell us about that in a very short experience that you had, and which you like more, basketball or acting?
That's a good question, because I had so much fun in that experience. And I don't know if it was because, Bugs Bunny, who does not love Bugs Bunny? And I didn't know it at the time, but the person I really wanted to meet most of my life was Bugs Bunny. I didn't know it. I thought it was going to be all these all-time greats and people that had passed long ago. I met Bugs, and I'm like, I was actually nervous to meet Bugs Bunny, and it was awesome. But no, I had an amazing time. Like I said, with all of the people there. And here's what's amazing about the filming of Space Jam. Besides the opportunity that I got when Jordan picked up the phone and called me and said, "Hey, you want to be in this movie? I'm, with me and Bugs Bunny." I go, "Dude, whatever. Call me back, whatever." I'm thinking, he's joking with me, right? Come on, me and Bugs Bunny. If someone calls you and said, "Hey, I'm going to be, let's go have lunch with Superman," you'd be like, "Excuse me?" So anyway, it turned out to be true. It was Bugs. But what was amazing about filming of that movie was, we would have, I think they had something they called the Jordan Dome, which they purchased a basketball court from one of the colleges, and I think it might have been Loyola Marymount or something like that. But anyway, and they built this entire dome. There was full golfing all around the dome. There was all this fake golfing thing around it. It was gambling casino, workout facility, and in the middle of it was a basketball court. And we would film in the morning from 8 o'clock in the morning to 7 at night. We'd take a little bit of a break. A quick little break, and then we would start playing from 8 to 10 o'clock at night. Well, here's the amazing thing about it. All of the stars from on the set of Warner Brothers and Universal Studios, they would come down, and in the stands around the basketball court was sitting all the movie stars and TV show actors that were filming at that time. from Halle Berry to Arnold Schwarzenegger to, I mean, you name it. And they would come out in the court and mess around. I mean, it was just an amazing experience. And I had no idea how much they appreciated sports. And it was just an amazing time. So I would have to say filming that was a highlight. It was amazing.
You just must have been in awe and nervous being in front of all of them too, playing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, once you get started as a professional athlete, then it kind of washes away. But at the beginning, yeah, you're like, wow, this is crazy, you know?
Wow. Now, Joe, we've got a little less than a minute left, but let's say you're giving a talk to children, and you've got a tremendous amount of experience now in sports and in business. What's one of the major secrets, though, you would want to share with them? So they're ripe, their mind is there, they're just eager to learn, but they want to be successful, whether it be within sports or business. What's one of the major secrets that you would share with them, that something that you want them to take away?
Well, I think the obvious thing up front, it's a two-part answer, if that's okay. I'll say it quick. The obvious part is the first thing you need to do is engage with yourself. Understand yourself as a human being and know your true purpose. And in chapter 1 in the book, I spell out how to accomplish that. But after that is understanding, in chapter 5, your thief from within. And so watching out for that and understanding ahead of time allows you to avoid that accident that could be waiting for you down the road.
Fantastic. Well, also too, special thank you to Shelby Elwood, film director with Courtney Media, for nominating you, Joe Courtney, to be on the show. You could reach her at CourtneyMedia.com, COBRAINEY media.com. Award-winning film Transcend. Well, Joe, you lead your clients to greatness and have delighted many with your athletics and acting roles. Now author and keynote speaker, lifeabovetherim.com. This is David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, visit www.eliances.com.